It's all right, son. We don't nick the brain dead.
Come on. What's happening?
Whoa! Now go home. Go home.
Right, you took your time, didn't you?
You must be Mr. Ellis, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We only got the call 5 minutes ago, sir.
I thought they were rowing. That's why I never did nothing. I mean, all that shouting and screaming and ranting and raving, I've never heard anything like it in my life.
They never row. They're a nice couple, Jim and Val. Right as rain, they are, Gov.
Do you mind telling us what you're talking about,
I'm
Mr.
talking
Ellis?
about the burglar. The geezer that screwed the place. You see near that door? Whacked it right in, 2 locks and all.
Is there anybody still there?
No, Jim. They were down the hospital 10 minutes ago. Burglar's done a runner, ain't he? I mean, he's long
Look,
gone.
will just one of you tell us what's happened here? Usually, the best place to start is the beginning, right?
I'll tell him.
I'll tell him.
I'll tell him.
I'll tell him. After all, it was me that phoned him,
All
wasn't
right, Mr. Ellis. Why don't you tell us?
it? Right. Well, about an hour ago, I heard banging, screaming, coming from next door,
You
right?
never. I heard banging and screaming coming from next door. You never heard nothing. You were spark out on
I
the
was
sofa.
not
Oh,
spark
look,
out.
will you please be honest?
Mind who's going to tell us what happened? Mrs. Ellis, I think the ball's in your court.
Well, like I said, I heard this crash, then I heard this racket, and I thought they was rowing.
Cobblers. They ain't never rowed the whole time we've known them, and that's the truth. Yeah.
And what time is this? About 1:30?
Yeah, I mean, easy. Well, the news have gone off. And it all goes quiet. And I don't do nothing about it until I hear him come home about 5 minutes later?
Who's he? Who come over?
Val's
Jim.
husband, Jim. Name's Watley. Works in the print, in the rock and roll fly poster stuff. You know, you see it stuck up on the walls all over the place.
Then there's another racket, so I wake him up, don't I?
What kind of racket, Mrs. Ellis?
Well, you know, shouting, banging about, things like that. I'd no idea he was still in there, otherwise I'd have woke him up sooner. What good he
Hang on. Who's still in there?
The burglar. Well, he knocked her out, and he sparked out she was.
She was out cold in the bedroom, right out of it. He's turning the old flat over right next door, would you believe? I mean, we've been turned over twice.
Yeah.
You know who it is, don't you?
Look at that door. They should be hung up by their thumbs.
Stay
They should
outside.
be. Yeah, but
Do not
get
come in
on
here.
their hands
Just
and knees
wait
with a toothbrush
outside.
to clean it up.
Thank you.
Hey, he didn't want this.
Wow. Polly.
Yeah? Looks like someone's definitely been injured. We better inform CID and request Socko.
Yeah, can you find out where they're taking her? Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 85.
Go ahead, Gary.
Regards that burglary at the park mead.
Yeah? What about it?
Can you inform CID and Socko?
Polly's just finding out which hospital they've taken her to.
All received, Gary.
Mrs. Ellis says they've taken her to St Hugh's. I'll go down.
Yeah, I'll wait here till CID show up. So, Mr. Ellis, at about 1:30, as far as you understand, a burglar... Oh, did you get a good look at him, by the way?
No, but Jim did. Said he was about 25 and he was white, for a change, would you believe?
So a burglar came in here, hit the wife...
Both eyes out here she had. You should have seen her. Split lip, whacked her on the head, knocked her out, he did.
So as far as you know, this burglar assaulted Mrs. Watley, the husband came home a bit later on, discovered him still here, and that's what's happened as far as you understand it, right?
Mr. Watley,
That's me, yeah.
I'm WPC Page from Sun Hill.
Look at her. 2 black eyes, split lip, cracked rib.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Watley. I really am. The nurse says they're keeping her in overnight.
Yeah. They want to give her one of those brain scans, just to be on the safe side.
They're right. It's best to be on the safe side.
I mean, where do you go to get away from it? It's like a war zone round here.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you for some details. There's no rush, but the sooner we get it down while it's fresh in your mind, the better.
Whatever you want. I'll tell you something, though. You better find the geezer that done this before I see him again. 'Cause you know what will happen, don't you?
I know how you feel, Mr. Watley, but you just leave him to us.
Do you think you could do me a big favour?
Yeah, if I can. What is it?
Well, the caretaker brought us here. He's gone back now. And I've got to get her a nightdress and toothbrush and that sort of stuff. My car's back at the flats.
You want me to run you home?
Please. It would help no end. It's all right, girl. It's all right. I'll be here with you now.
I'll be outside.
Hello, Tim boy. How is she?
She all right?
Yeah, they're keeping her in overnight, just to be on the safe side.
Well, if there's anything you need, anything at all, just come round. After all, that's what neighbours are for, isn't it?
Yeah, you want anything? Cup of tea, bite to eat?
No, thanks. It's all right. Everything's all right.
This is PC McCann. He's been keeping an eye on your flat while you were at the hospital.
Hello, Mr. Watley. The council will be sending round a locksmith and a carpenter in about an hour.
Oh, I won't hold my breath.
They're keeping Mrs. Watley in overnight. We've come back for her nightclothes.
Look at it. What an animal. What a scumbag. I found a line here on the floor.
If you'd mind not touching anything until our scenes of crime officers get here, CID are on their way over now.
Right.
Mr. Watley says the man's about 25, 6 foot, long hair, white, wearing jeans and green sweatshirt.
His eyes were staring and he had like water running down his face. I reckon he was on something.
Right. So what happened when you got home?
Well, I could see the door was a goner right away. And I knew she had to be at home. So I rush in, and like I said, I find Val lying on the floor over there. And then I hear someone crashing around in one of the other bedrooms. And then this geezer comes out of here. I mean, look at the state of it. And he's carrying this knife with a yellow handle. And he's shouting, "Where's your money?" and one or two other things that I won't say here. And then he's lunging at me like this all the time.
He was trying to stab you. He was having a real go at you.
Of course he was. He was going at me all the time. And he was still shouting and screaming and his eyes were popping. And he starts backing me into the kitchen like this. Well, I've got nowhere else to go, have I?
So, how close was he with the knife?
Well, this close.
Go on, Mr. Watley. What happened once you got into the kitchen?
Well, I didn't have much choice, if you see what I mean.
About what, Mr. Watley?
Choice about what happened.
So, what did happen?
When I did my national service, I was in Malaya. And we keep my jungle knife hanging up here.
What kind of knife?
Oh, you know, a big curved blade. It's a souvenir. I sharpened it up and carved the old turkey with it at Christmas. Never carved anything else apart from a bit of bamboo.
Go on, Mr. Watley. What happened next?
Well, I reach up for it and grab hold of it, and he's coming at me, so I put a kitchen chair in between him and me for protection. And he grabs it, and as he grabs it to pull it out the way, I go wallop and chop 3 of his fingers off.
And that stopped him, did it?
That's what I done it with.
What did the man do then?
Well, he looked at his hand, blood spurting out, and he waved it about. Then he grabbed a tea towel, wrapped it up, and he's done a runner. I didn't want to do it, but I know if I hadn't have done it, I wouldn't be talking to you now. The only thing on my mind was to get to the wife. All I wanted to do was to get to her.
What did he do with his knife?
I don't know. Took it with him, I think. And I know what your next question's going to be. I thought, well, I'll stick him in with the gherkins in case this geezer wants to try and sew him back on.
Mr. Watley, after what you've just told us, we're going to have to ask you to come down to the station and make a statement. I think it'd be in your own interest.
Sure. I don't mind. Don't mind at all. Whenever you're ready. Hello? Anybody around? Anybody in?
In here, Tosh.
Hello. Sorry I'm late. Bit of a mess, isn't it, eh? What's missing then?
You can try these for starters.
I'll only be 5 minutes.
Do you want me to come with you?
I'm not thinking of legging it. I don't want this to get about. You won't say anything about this to the wife, will you, no matter what?
I don't think you've done anything to be ashamed of, Mr. Watley.
You don't think they'll do him, do you?
If that isn't self-defence, I don't know what is. Having seen his wife, if it had been me, I wouldn't have settled for a few fingers.
I'll get them out for you if you'd like, look. No, it's all right. They're fine as they are. So, what are you doing with Watley? Well, he's agreed to be interviewed. The only team wants her. Well, one seems to have been enough. From what I've heard, it seems to be self-defence. It's not as if he's hacked his head off, is he, Gov? So what about the wife? No chance of an interview there, I don't suppose? No, sir. Polly and Gary have just taken husband back to St Hughes about 10 minutes ago. Polly's called in, said she's still sedated. They'll be back soon. Any idea who it might be? 25, long hair, blue eyes. We've got about 50 tow rugs around here fit that description. So where are we right now? Well, Jim and Alan are phoning the casualty departments of all hospitals within a 15-mile radius. He's bound to turn up sooner or later. Even a bent quack won't touch a thing like that. What about those things? What are you going to do with them? Well, with your permission, sir, I was going to put them in the surgeon's fridge. You'll be lucky. The surgeon room's out of commission ever since that drunk went berserk in there. Oh. I'll use the one in the canteen, then. Well, I don't have to tell you to make sure that they're clearly labelled evidence, do I? I wasn't thinking of putting them next to Mr. Monroe's sandwiches, sir.
Mr. Watley, this is Sergeant Pryor, the custody sergeant.
Custody sergeant? Hang on, what's this?
That's all right, Mr. Watley, it's all right. It's only a formality. I've already spoken with Detective Constable Lyons.
Mr. Watley has come here of his own volition. He's not under arrest. He's agreed to be interviewed under caution.
Is that right, Mr. Watley?
That's right.
OK, take him through to interview room 2, will you?
Sarge.
Well, if anyone answering that description of that kind of injury does turn up, considering the gravity of the offence, I'd appreciate if you can give me a call. Thank you very much, sister.
Any luck?
No, I think we've tried every saint in the book.
Yeah, we've got St Hugh, St Thomas, St Bartholomew. Yeah, there's some saints here I've never even heard of.
Yeah, we'll be starting with the apostles next. Look, I've got all the casualty departments to phone me back if he does turn up.
What about the Masonic Hospital? You tried them yet?
Yeah, he's not there. It's private. Besides, he wouldn't have the handshake, would he? Right, I'd set him off for my tea.
Alan, do us a favour, will you? Can you stick these things in the fridge in the canteen for me? There's a good boy.
I hope you've cleared it with a cook, Tosh, because if this gets out, there's going to be a rush on the greasy spoon round the corner, and that's for sure.
Wait a minute. You try and put that in there, and I will have the town hall health inspectors and Mr. Brownlow down here, and I will close the canteen. You got that? Do I make myself clear?
It's evidence. I'm only asking...
You're trying to lose me my job? They will sack me on the spot if I do that. You want to put those things in a fridge? You go and put them in your own fridge. Now get out of here, man, before I call the police.
Gloria,
Don't you glory me. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Then when I found Val lying on the floor, I thought she was a goner. I thought the geezer had killed her.
Excuse me.
Tosh.
Interview suspended at 17:50. DC Lyons leaves the room.
I've just had a call from St Hughes. It turns out one of their surgeons, who's on contract to a private clinic, had a call to perform a clean-up operation on a guy who lost 3 fingers in some kind of road accident.
He's gone to a private clinic?
Yeah, would you believe it? Now even villains have got health insurance.
Where is it?
It's the Portos Clinic.
Oh, so they do nose repair jobs and facelifts on the criminal fraternity of Sunhill, do they?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Good.
What? Gloria wouldn't let Adam put the gherkins in the fridge.
I don't blame her. What's he done with them?
And he's put them in the fridge in the conference room.
Listen, Jim, I'll be through here soon. You get us a car, Alan can hang on here, and we'll take a look at the clinic, eh?
Right. So where's all the winos and the dopers, then? Where's the blood? Where's the puke on the floor?
St Hughes casualty was going to be like this.
Oh, yeah? What went wrong?
They decided to keep it as a hospital. Oh.
Detective Constable Lyons?
Yes, that's me.
I'm Kathleen Norris, the clinic manager. I understand you wanted to see me about one of our patients?
Yes, I thought you might be able to help us. This, by the way, is DC Carver.
Hello there.
Hello.
I understand that recently you operated on someone who's lost 3 fingers. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. But I'm not at liberty to discuss anything about it because it's obviously a confidential matter between the clinic and the patient.
Well, that's a pity, because we've got 3 fingers back at Sunhill. From someone who broke into a council flat and beat up one of its occupants so bad that she's now in St Hughes. He also threatened her husband with a knife and tried to kill him.
The fingers? You actually got the fingers? Are they on ice?
Well, sort of. They're in the fridge in a jar of pickled gherkins.
Oh, God, if they're in vinegar, then they'll be pickled. Now, they'll be absolutely useless to sew back on.
We weren't thinking of sewing anything back on. But I would like to interview your patient.
I'm sorry. This is not the National Health Service. We're not a public hospital. This is a private clinic, and I'm afraid we can't permit that. If you want to take it any further, you'll have to come back with some kind of warrant.
I see. Well, Mrs. Norris, there is something I should point out. We have the right to come into your clinic without a warrant because we believe your patient could have committed an arrestable offence. Now, whether you let me interview him or not, that's up to you. But I can get back here with a warrant within half an hour. I could surround your hospital with police. I could even park a transit van on your front door. But as this is such a nice, cosy, comfortable hospital, it's like the Ritz compared to Sunhill, I think we'll just wait here until your governor decides to change his or her mind. Won't we, eh? Chuck us over the old country life, will you please, James? There's a good boy.
In conclusion, I'd just like to say the more we have established business people like yourselves devoting time and energy to this crime prevention panel, as you've all been doing this afternoon, the more progress we'll make together in combating crime on the high street. So, with the sun over the yardarm, I think it's time for refreshments.
Tosh, listen to this. The caviar diet. Now, cop this one. It's a woman writing in, right? On Monday, eat 4 ounces of caviar with a dozen blinis and a large tub of sour cream. This will use up all your money, so you will starve for the rest of the week.
All right, follow me. But this man is not to leave the hospital.
He's not out of it. He's not had a general anaesthetic, has he?
No, he had something called a plexus block. Let's just go and see him and get it over with as quickly as possible, shall we? These men are policemen. They're here not at my request.
Oh, that's all right. She knows who we are, don't you, Darryl? Just look at you lording it up in here. Thank you. I don't think Mr. Phillips minds us being here. Do you, Darryl?
Perhaps you would keep it short.
Well, well, well. What have you been doing? You really did get your fingers caught in the till this time, didn't you, eh?
Get out of here. You ain't got no right.
Wrong. We've got all the rights. We're making inquiries into an aggravated burglary. Now, you've not been arrested, Darryl, yet. But what you do say is under caution. I think you know the rest. So who's picking on the tab for all this lot, then, eh? Surely not Darryl the doper. You have to screw council gaffs and beat up old ladies to get your wedge together, don't you?
It's my old man, actually. He's got family insurance.
What, a bin man? Then he's a bigger mug than you are. So how'd you lose your fingers, then? Look, you answered correctly, Darryl, and you're on bonus points. You can have them back, because we've got them in the fridge at Sunhill. Well?
Lorry door, wasn't it?
Lorry door? What lorry door?
One of them juggernaut things.
Tell us the story then, Darryl.
I got them trapped in a lorry door.
This is not the way to get reunited with your pinkies, Darryl, because if you ain't claiming him, I can see him being flushed down the bog right now. Oh, you weren't trying to nick a lorry, were you? So, how'd it happen then?
I was in Southampton last night. Got a friend on the boat tonight. Coming up to town this morning, I get a lift off a geezer with a juggernaut who's going north. Containers, that sort of thing.
Where was he going?
Like I said, north. You deaf or something?
Tried to nick his CB, did you?
There you go, you see. My car's marked already. You're not interested, are you?
Go on.
Well, when I was getting out of the lorry, this geezer shuts the door with my hand still in it, doesn't he? One of them hydraulic jobs. Lots of hissing, and the next thing I know, I've got 3 fingers gone. You know, I'm going to be surprised when he gets up to Sunderland, I'll tell you.
How'd you get here, then?
Well, man bought me. Look, what is all this? I got 3 fingers missing, it done half hurt, and you're hassling me for something I didn't do. I'm an invalid, man. Now, on your bikes. Out!
Why should we be hassling you? Like you said, Darryl, you're an invalid. We just popped in here to see how you are and to find out what happened, that's all. We've got a bunch of grapes in the car, if you don't believe us. I suppose you're going to do it for the insurance as well, eh?
Do who?
The driver. He's bound to be covered.
No, don't think so. Won't bother.
Oh, I would. You could cop quite a packet for that. And get yourself a disabled sticker for your motor.
What do I want a disabled sticker for?
Mrs. Watley, that lady you smacked, you could give it to her. She might like it. No insurance money. When those fingers turn up in that Arctic door, it's going to be all over the papers. Maybe there wasn't a door. Maybe there wasn't a lorry.
Go on, get out. All of you, out. Oh, Bill, scum. You can't prove it, Lyons. You can't prove nothing. You're rubbish.
Oh, yeah? Well, we've got your prints on file. And if those 3 in the gherkin jar match those on the cards, sounds to me like you've won the bingo. Attempted murder would be about the best of it. Well?
Attempted murder? You're winding me up. Go on, get out, both of you. I'm going to complain about him letting you in here.
Darryl Phillips, I'm arresting you for aggravated burglary and attempted murder.
Out, now!
You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be given in evidence.
You're Nick, Darryl. You can't take me out of here. I've just been operated on. I'll bleed to death.
Nice gaff, comfortable bed, zone telly. I think I'll stay here till you're well enough to travel. You got a spare pair of pyjamas? Jim's at the clinic now till 9 o'clock. What I need is a body from Lates and somebody from Early's to take over.
I'll organise it with the next relief. You'll only need one.
There's only one way out at night, that's through the front door. The rest of the doors and windows are alarmed.
And what about grub?
There's a night porter called Tom. He makes the tea and sandwiches. And apparently there's a couple of nurses floating about.
Hey, we got a result.
It's Darryl Phillips, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of result-ish, if you know what I mean. So we've nicked him anyway, just to be on the safe side.
What do you mean? He's lost 3 fingers, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he's numero uno, but he says he lost them in a lorry door.
A lorry door?
He could be telling the truth. The odds are against him, to be honest, but there's only one way to find out. Who's going to do it, then?
Do what?
Not me.
Nothing to do with me, Tosh.
Look, do what? What needs to be done?
Somebody has got to take the prints off the fingers in the gherkin jar.
Oh, well, can't Socko do that?
I'll do it. Where are they?
No, it's all right, Polly. You don't have to do it.
I know I don't, but I will. Where are they?
In the fridge in the conference room. I'll come with you.
No, I'll be all right.
Hello, Mr. Watley. How's she doing?
All right. I don't know if she'll ever get over it.
You may like to know we've arrested someone.
I hope he's not in this hospital.
No, he's in a private clinic. I'm pretty certain he's the right one.
I'll tell Val that when she comes to.
By the way, they can't stitch his fingers back on because they've been pickled in vinegar.
Pickled in vinegar, eh?
Yes.
Funny. I never thought of that.